Hello and welcome back to the Dwarves. Last time I left off, we had the unfortunate dealings of people dying. Not dealings, unfortunate events. Anyway, now we're controlling this other dwarf, who goes by the name of something else. Tungil, that's his name, of course. We knew that, of course. Anyway, let's go look around and see what else is going on here. We can look at these stairs, which I'm sure is extremely interesting.
Lot Yonan's vaults are equipped with laboratories, a library, and private rooms for the famuli. Together with the forge, the kitchen, and the other utility rooms, it makes up quite an impressive complex. But compared to the courts of the other magi, the seat of power in Yonandar is small and modest.
Alright. So there is Lot Yonan's study, so we don't want to go there yet. We can look at these famuli over here. Just stare in their faces, see what this is all about.
Of the 200 or so people selected to learn the art of magic under Lot Yonan, there's barely a handful of them you can stand the sight of. You're not at all interested in magic in all its elusiveness and whimsy. Your realm is the forge.
Makes sense. I am a dwarf after all. Right. Pilfer some food. Let's do that. Oh, this is mine now.
Hey, what are you doing, groundling? We're still eating here. Why don't you go and get your own portion?
That's the most fucking British person I've ever seen. We're still eating here? How dare you? Give me some of that.
The blacksmith. Do you want something?
I want
Did
your
a
food.
horse bolt while you were trying to shoe it? It's certainly not on our plates.
Wow. Okay, no food from them. Pilfer some food here then. What about that? Is this going to give us more provisions? He's looking around as if it's not allowed to. 25 XP, and yep, we got a day of provision. Nice. Alright. Let's go into this room over here.
Tandil! Quick! Or the goulash will get burnt!
You immediately recognize what the problem is. A chain running over a pulley for positioning the cauldron is detached from its mounting, and the cauldron stuck in the fireplace. It's a heavy load, and none of the famuli, who feel superior even during kitchen duty, dare do anything. They might burn their fingers, or even get a bit dirty.
By God, a bit dirty? No way. Well, first, I'm looking at this cradle. I'm sorry about that.
I am your godfather, little one. I'll look after you, just like I looked after your mother.
Little Akana grasps your calloused finger and smiles at you wide-eyed.
She's got a long reach if she did that. Alright, fine, what's going on? What's the problem here? Well, we already know, but whatever.
It'll be a waste of goulash. And I'm hungry. Here, hold this.
You can talk to Famulus, examine the mounting bracket thoroughly, repair the mounting bracket. Let's examine it thoroughly.
With as much concern in your voice as you can muster, you say,
Oh, no, this doesn't look good.
you're pleased to notice he's dripping with sweat.
Ah, I see.
I'll get you back for this, groundling!
I stalked him as well.
Do you remember when you dyed my beard with some magic spell? I had to shave it off.
You stroke your beard, which is unusually short for a dwarf.
Damn it! Ah, it's heavy!
The young human forces through his pursed lips, letting the pot sink a little.
Oh, maybe we should
Don't
fix
you
it.
dare ruin my goulash, boy!
The cook with beefy forearms glares at the young man, and after a brief moment, he tries harder.
Yeah, let's fix that shit. He just holds up one arm.
You damned freak!
For a moment, you hope the Famulus really does raise his hand to you. But then he comes to his senses and leaves the kitchen, his face bright red.
What a pair you are!
Well, I'm not a fruit. What are you talking about, crazy lady? Right, can we can look at the dinner. Let's do that.
The goulash is bubbling in the cauldron. You draw the warm air in through your nose, and the smell makes your mouth start watering.
Alright. We can talk to her. Let's look at these barrels of beer first.
The beer that is delivered to the vaults is supposed to be the best beer in Idderslane. It's certainly your favourite beer, but you haven't drunk enough other beers to truly know.
I see. Alright, well, hold on, what's this? Look at the kitchen table. Get that food.
Vegetables, bread, cheese, but the cook is not to be trifled with. Many painful knuckles have taught you that she knows how to handle her heavy wooden spoon, and that she may possibly have eyes in the back of her head.
Alright, maybe not steal food. Alright, Frala, how's it going?
Do you know what Lord Yonan wants?
The maid gives you an amused look. She has often accused you of making things more complicated than necessary.
Oh. Wait, what?
Do you know what Lord Yonan wants?
Alright, right, okay. I got it. No talking to her. Okay, I guess we'll go talk to Lost Yonan, see what this fuss is all about. What does he want me to talk? What does he want to talk to me about? There you go. I can make sentences. I can do it. Enter the study.
Master Lord Yonan, Frala told me you wish to speak with me.
Ah, Tungdil, come in. There is a bag over there in the cupboard. Take it out, please. It contains artifacts belonging to my former famulus Goren. I wish to return them to him. He's in Blacksaddle, 300 miles away.
300 miles? That's a long journey. Who are you going to entrust with this?
I was thinking of you.
Me?
There is no one better to take on this journey. You have acquired much knowledge. You are almost a scholar. You know more than most famuli about Girdlegard and its inhabitants. It is time for you to go out into the world and see it with your own eyes.
With pleasure.
Oh, that's pretty cool. I like how it goes from cutscene into conversation. And what's in the pouch? Maybe I'll meet other dwarves on the way. I'll set off soon. What's in the pouch?
What's in the bag?
Magical devices. You better leave the bag closed if you want to avoid any accidents. Dwarves don't really like magic, and magic doesn't like you either.
Rakus gave us so much craftsmanship that there's no space left in our bodies for magic.
Strictly speaking, every time you've been too close to magic, it has ended in catastrophe.
I like the narrative in this game. Like, basically, you're having these conversations, but it's still being told as if, like, there's an overarching narrative. That lady who keeps speaking about things, which is cool. This is, like I said in the previous episode, I think, is based off a book, so it makes sense. Maybe I'll meet other dwarves on the way.
Perhaps I'll meet some dwarves on my travels.
Yes, perhaps. But don't hold out too much hope. And be careful who you talk to. Not everyone out there likes dwarves.
Yeah, goblins. They abduct baby dwarves and sell them to magi, from what I've heard.
Not the best bit of business I've ever done. But what was I to do? The Longnoses threatened to throw you into the nearest river.
Aw, he saved us. I'll set off soon, bud.
Be on your guard. Look after the bag and don't lose it. May Palandiel be with you. And Varakas too, of course.
I'll set off immediately. I'll see you soon, Lord Yonan.
Alright. We had something added to our inventory. I guess the pouch. Magical artifacts. Some items that you're supposed to bring to Goran, a former famulus of Lord Yonan. 4 provisions. I think like we need more provisions. And Frala's amulet, symbol protection of Tungdal's forge for Freya. Oh, maybe we should give that to her before we leave. That's probably what we're supposed to do anyway. So let's do that. Hey, Frala. Yeah, Frala, that's you. Got a gift for you.
Hello, Frala.
Oh. I've got a present for you, Frala.
I've got a present for you.
You take out a symbol of protection that you've carefully made from 3 horseshoe nails.
It's not the finest jewellery in Girdlegard.
One look at Frala's face makes it clear that it doesn't matter. She glows with happiness as she takes the pendant.
For me? But why?
Because you don't see me as an oddity, and you're like a little sister to me.
You could have said, but you settle with a shrug and a crooked smile.
Alright. I need provisions. That was a bribe, essentially. We need stuff. Please. Thanks.
I need provisions for 300 miles.
You're grinning from ear to ear. Finally, you've got the chance to see something of the world.
300? Tungdal, that's no errand. That's an epic journey.
Epic.
Wait, I've got just the right thing. But make sure the cook doesn't see.
I'm going to Blacksaddle to return a few things to a former apprentice in the Magus.
You pocket the rye bread, sausages, and ham. Enough food for the first few days of your journey.
I thought we were talking about 300 miles. perhaps I might even meet... This guy really wants to meet dwarves on the way. I guess he's never met a dwarf before in his life, so...
Perhaps I'll even meet some dwarves on the way.
Frala throws you a cautious glance. It's a tricky subject that you can't help but broach.
There aren't dwarves down here. You're the only one in Ida's Lane, as far as we know.
I know, but I can't just have been born out of a rock. Somewhere in the mountains, I have a clan. Maybe even a family.
Yes. Maybe.
Frala has reminded you more than once that Lot Yonan wrote to the dwarf clans and none of them were missing a dwarf boy.
I have to go. I've got a long journey ahead of me.
Way to ruin the mood, Frala.
I
Fraya,
wish you
whatever
the
your name
blessing
is.
of Palandial and Vrakas to protect you from all danger on your journey. Here, a talisman. Whenever you look at it, think of me.
Frala winks at you mischievously.
And of getting me a nice present.
Ooh. Add it to inventory. Let's have a look at that. A keepsake from Frala brings good fortune to the wearer. Can we equip it somehow? Item 0 out of 1, maybe? Well, we got 19 days worth of supplies. That's good. Right. Wait, what's this? Oh, I can like select... Oh, okay, so I can set number 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. until however many dwarves I can control at the same time. Alright, we're off then, I guess. I assume it's this way. Let us get the hell out of here. This disgusting place. This actually does look like a pretty cool place, in all fairness. I wouldn't mind living here.
How nice to see you again, Lot Yonan. It must have been an age since we last met face to face.
Nudin, welcome. Please, sit down.
No, thank you, my friend. These are urgent matters, and I don't have much time. You must come to Leos Nudin immediately. The perished land is stirring.
Are you sure? What makes you think that?
I found out about 60 orbits ago, during a visit to the borders. Our magical barriers have weakened and become porous. The Elfar have left their land, and a huge horde of orcs have marched into Girdlegard.
Were you able to strengthen the spell with your magic?
No. I can't repair the damage alone. We need the combined power of the 6. The other 4 are already on their way here, but we need your help too.
I will set off for Parista without delay.
Oh, and as you're coming, could you also take the opportunity to bring back the things that I lent to you?
Of course. I have them already packed in a bag.
Oh, thank you. We'll be expecting you.
It's pretty cool. They hired the Goblin King from the Hobbit movies to feature in this game as well. That's pretty cool.
Utterly blinded by the sunlight, you squeeze your eyes tightly shut after only a few steps. The time spent underground has made you so sensitive to light that you're forced to seek shelter in the shade of a mighty oak.
Oh god, okay. Right. So this is the campaign map we'll be spending some time on. How do I... there we go. Right, so... right now we only have one place to go. So yeah, this is us, and I guess like these are villages. We've got like question marks. I wonder what they mean is exactly. Are they like part of the quest, or... So it's your quest. This one is finished, right. Your guardian, the Magus Lot Yonan, asks you to bring a rucksack with some magical utensils in it to form our family's Goran. So that's like, yeah, like, this is the stuff he needs back now, basically, but we're just taking it elsewhere. Goran lives on Black Saddle, a table mountain in the middle of Girdlegard. Okay, but no side quests right now. Maybe these are side quests, these things. Anyway, so this is where we have to go, I imagine. Right, well, let's set out towards our first...
You reach a small lake by a birchwood. Your feet hurt and your eyes still sting in the unaccustomed sunlight. But a smile spreads across your face nonetheless. You've covered a decent distance on the first day of your big journey. You pitch your camp and lie down to sleep on the hard forest floor. When you awake in the morning, your legs are stiff and achy. Trying not to feel sorry for yourself, you throw your rucksack over your shoulder. You're a dwarf, and dwarves don't complain.
Alright. I'm thinking we want to take this path to the question mark and then go down here maybe to see what this is all about. And then we might want to visit some of these villages on the way, I don't know. Continue! Alright, okay, so not everything happens every single time, okay.
Around midday, with the sun high in the sky and the first beads of sweat appearing on your forehead, you see something move next to the road, a few hundred meters ahead. Some crows are pecking at something in the long grass.
Ah. Walk further along the road until you can make out more. Leave the road and sneak up on the crows. Stand still and observe the scene attentively. Well, dwarves aren't particularly known for their sneaking, are they? So let's stand still and observe.
You survey the grass, the bushes and the few trees that are growing on both sides of the track. The wind blows through the grass and the leaves tremble. The pecking of the birds is only interrupted by the occasional fluttering of their wings. Apart from that, you see nothing.
Alright, let's just walk along.
When you see the blood on the ground, you try to convince yourself it's from an animal that just happened to be killed on the road by a hunter. You know this is improbable, and your hope disappears completely when you see two human bodies lying in the flattened grass.
Okay. Two human bodies that are dead, I guess. So, not quite sure what we're getting ourselves into here, but... Alright. Doesn't look like we got our axe out yet, so I'm assuming no battling. Right, okay, hold on, let me just... Can we go backwards, first of all? No, it's like a limit, okay. Right, let's examine this bush right here.
Nothing.
Well, that's very useful. What about these tracks? Or look for tracks, even.
You don't see any signs of a struggle in the area where the corpses are lying. Were they stabbed by a companion? A stranger could hardly have crept up on them with such sparse cover.
Alright, so look at this first body then, I guess.
A slender man lies in front of you, dressed in an expensive robe. It is in the colours of Turgur the Fair-Faced, one of the 6 magi. The dead man must be one of Turgur's famuli. You don't see any wounds.
Alright. Let's look at this bush over here first.
Nothing again.
You halt. There is something.
A rucksack. Did someone hide it in the bushes, or was it thrown in there?
Alright, let's search.
You open the rucksack and recognize that someone has already rummaged through it. As well as some implements and writing utensils, you find a pouch full of gold and a talisman. The gold is proof that this is not a case of robbery.
Alright. I wonder if this is like a morality check sort of thing. Like, do I just take everything? Or, like, is this just a looting system? Or is this actually like a morality thing? I'll take the talisman, see what happens, I guess.
And a feeling of security flush through your body as you touch the talisman. You feel safer just holding it in your hand.
I'm taking you with me.
Alright, I guess that might be an item then. Alright, I'll take the gold too, I suppose. Ooh, something happening? Nope, he's just closing it again. Alright, we got a bunch of money, 50 XP, we got an item, let's have a look at that. So this is Talisman of Protection, simple. When damage is received, there's a 50% chance of reducing the damage by 50%. That's pretty fucking good. Ah, there you go, so now I've equipped it. Cool. So I can't equip that one then, can I? No, so that's not an item. Alright. Okay, let's look at the second body.
You look down on a tall, broadly built man. He's wearing dark brown leather armor that is strengthened with iron plates. There's a sword lying next to him. Was he trying to defend himself against something? Or someone? There is no blood on the sword.
So like the other rucksack here. Oh, hold on, there's turned body over. Let's do that.
By Vracus.
There are some narrow stab wounds in the man's chest. The cuts are too big to have been made by arrows, but too small for sword wounds.
Okay, let's have a look at the rucksack then.
A rucksack that probably belonged to one of the dead. It seems to have been searched and then thrown away carelessly.
Let's search through.
You find a few implements, some provisions, and a map. A route is drawn on it from Parista, Nudin's capital, to Lotjonen's vaults.
I see. Okay, I got some provisions from that, and apparently a map. Did we get a side quest or something? No. That's definitely like a something now. We need to keep that in mind. A map drawn from noodles to Lotjonen's vaults or something. Alright. Proceed on your way. Is there anything else we can do? That looks kind of weird in the background. I guess it's just water or something. But
You scour the area once more and ask yourself what to do next.
Hold on, let me, can I go back? Stay and look for further clues. Bury the dead and then continue your journey. Let's stay and look for further clues real quick. I want to see if I can turn that other body over. I can. Almost missed that. Well, if there is something to miss here.
The man has the same incisions. It's clear that both men were killed by the same weapon. But what that weapon might be, you cannot say.
Got some more experience for it, but I'm not sure if that helps us. This is interesting. I'm intrigued now. I want to know what happened to these people. I don't know if there's like a quest that gets attached to this as well, but it doesn't look like there's anything else we can do. I don't think we can like go out over here. No, there's like a limit. Alright, let's proceed. Maybe we'll...
the area once more and ask yourself what to do next.
Maybe we'll have something else happen at some point. I'm assuming bury on your journey, or bury on your journey. Continue on your journey just means we just go further. I assume this costs like one food or one ration, but at least it means that they won't get pecked at by ravens anymore, I guess.
It's time-consuming and strenuous work digging shallow graves in the ground with a stick and covering the corpses with a few stones. But it should at least keep the crows from their feasting for a while. You continue on your way so as to put a few more miles between you and your grisly find before night falls.
Crows, not what did I say? I didn't say crows, I said ravens. Yeah, let's continue. Nothing there. Alright, so there's a question mark. Yeah, let's do this, I guess.
You see a flickering light through the trees some way from the path. It might come from a campfire.
Right, approach the fire audibly so that you don't frighten anyone. Sneak close to find out who lit the fire. Ignore the fire and continue your way regardless. Let's approach audibly. I don't know. These could be the people that killed those guys over there, but they didn't loot. I don't know. Let's just find out, I guess. I don't want to sneak because I feel like that's a bad idea as a dwarf.
You walk towards the fire with confident strides until you finally make out 3 broad-shouldered men with axes. 2 rabbits are sizzling over the fire. The men are joking with one another, but you can only understand the odd word. They haven't noticed you yet.
I feel like this is a bad situation and we don't want to be here, but... creep back to the path and continue your journey. Approach them and talk to them. Try to creep up on them. And let's try and eavesdrop. I think this is a bad idea, but...
You sneak up on the men until a thick branch breaks loudly under your boot. You realize, terrified, that the men's voices have fallen silent. The men jump up and grab their axes.
Who's there?
Oh god, that's not the voice of a fellow, a nice fella, is it? Step into the light of the fire and introduce yourself. Take you to your heels and run back to the road. Keep quiet and wait. This feels like a bad idea. Let's, God, they all feel like bad ideas. I feel like running back might be the best idea, but I feel like this isn't going to work anymore. We're dwarves. We can't... Well, we're natural sprinters, but... They know we're... Well, maybe they'll be like, oh, I guess it was just something else. But probably not. Yeah, let's try it.
You stay silent, but the men have already become suspicious.
There's something there.
All 3 peer into the darkness, and although they haven't seen you, they eventually begin to move in your direction with axes raised.
Uh-oh.
You turn around to take flight. That moment, another man steps out of the shadows and aims his axe at you. You recoil alarmed. You step into the light of the fire, your hands raised in a conciliatory gesture.
My name is Tungdil. I'm only...
Well, I'll be. Is that a groundling?
The men look you over suspiciously.
What's a groundling doing creeping around here? Are you after our gold?
I bet you was hoping to slit our throats once we fell asleep, subterranean scum.
Do I get a ward? I'm no thief and certainly no murderer. I just wanted to see why there was a fire burning. Shouldn't have crept up on you, and you should choose your words more wisely. Put down your weapons or I'll be forced to wield mine. That doesn't sound like a right idea, but I can do that. I feel like they don't care about this, and plus I think like being a dick right now is probably not the best idea. Put down your weapons, I'll be forced to use mine.
Put down your weapons or I'll be forced to use mine.
You threatening us, groundling?
Oh god, I can attack immediately. I think I went things the wrong way. I don't want to fight. Think about it, I'm a dwarf. I don't use my axe for chopping down tree. That's a good one, yeah, let's go with
Now
that.
consider this. I am a dwarf with an axe, and I don't use my axe for cutting down trees.
The men are visibly unsettled and lower their axes a little.
Alright. What am I, a chicken now? I thought so.
I thought so.
You turn your back on the men and walk back to the path confidently. You don't hear any steps behind you, and only once you've put distance between you do you dare look back over your shoulder. None of the men have followed you. You sigh with relief. It could have ended up a very painful experience if you'd provoked the men or shown them any weakness.
Alright, I got some experience for that. I got an achievement too. I'm pretty sure that will pop up in the video too. Nice. That was a good start. I think I'm gonna leave that episode, or this episode there, even. Is this the amount of days we've gone through? Yeah. Yeah, that worked out quite well. I'm pretty sure I could have fucked it up massively and gotten absolutely fucked. So I'm pretty glad I did that. But anyway, we'll leave the episode there. Thank you guys very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Next time, we're going to probably go down this way, see what's in this village. Otherwise, maybe that one, or maybe both. This is Good Water, and this is Nameless Village. So that's interesting. Let's find out next time. So until then, have a good day, and goodbye.